FLY92.3's last student standing.
Last student standing.
Is Albany's #1 hit music station, the Fly Morning Rush. Live here inside Fly Community College, day number 26. It is 8:05 right now, and as we do, and as we promised, after an immunity challenge, the next morning there is a vote off, and it's always an interesting scenario when you have the students who, at this point, probably know who is going to be going home. There could be some surprises, you never know, but they've also all packed, and they are prepared to leave after 3.5 weeks, with the exception of Jilted Jon.
You know, usually the mood in here is pretty quiet, sad. This week I'm feeling kind of pretty good. Like this is by far, I hate this day. Every time we have to vote somebody out, I just hate this day. That's why I love the game and I hate the game. I love the game and I hate the game. I hate it today. But today it seems kind of lighthearted, and I'm okay with this. I think being in the Final Four.
I think it'll be that way until we say, let's read the votes. Then
Right,
intense in there. That's what's going to
Right,
happen.
but it was so intense last week with Joyride and Julie going home, and the week before with Go Big Brian, and I just feel like it's not as intense. I'm sure the game's being played, but I just feel a little better today.
Well, I think part of it is when you make it to the Final Four and you've gotten this far, I think there are also, with the disappointment of going home, there needs to be some balance with the overwhelming sense of accomplishment. The
Yes.
truth is, you know, we had 300, 400, 500 entries. You know, we went through the interview process. You guys survived the other students and all the elements in 26 days. I mean, you guys have done a tremendous job. So from here on out, you're all winners in everybody's mind and everybody's book. All right, we want to welcome everybody watching on the Time Warner Cable webcam. Thank you guys for watching at home, at work, and listening to this obviously on the radio, and we'll get started. There will be 4 votes in here, plus the 5th vote, which is the CR Wireless text vote. Jilted Jon is immune. He cannot go home. Congratulations. You can sit back, relax. And without further delay, let's get started, and we'll start reading names, ultimately sending somebody home on day number 26. And our first vote this morning is for Abstinence Adam.
That's 1 vote for Abstinence Adam.
The second vote is for Flirtatious Taswald Cornelius Maximus I.
First.
The first.
That's 1 vote for Abstinence Adam, 1 vote for Flirtatious Taz.
Wireless text vote.
Yeah.
It is also for Abstinence Adam.
That's 2 votes for Abstinence Adam, 1 for Flirtatious Taz.
Now, if this next vote says Abstinence Adam, he will be asked to leave last student standing. And it is with a smiley face.
Sad face.
I'm
You're
sorry.
looking
I meant to
upside
say.
down, that's
He's
No,
upside down.
I meant to say. I'm sorry. I meant to say a sad face. It is Abstinence Adam. And just because the final vote also for.
Is this because of
Abstinence
Hollis
Adam.
over here? Is it okay?
Adam, the class has spoken. Please give your student ID to me.
Headmistress.
You have been expelled from last student standing.
Okay.
We're going to ask the other students please to go into the back room, and we'll have our exit interview with Abstinence Adam.
Today, on this Friday, we're saying goodbye to one of our favorite competitors, Abstinence Adam. Did you see this one coming, Adam?
Yeah, I kind of did. After the competition yesterday, Alyssa was crying pretty bad. Tried to give her a hug, and she didn't really give me much back, so I pretty much knew I was going home today.
Why do you think it shook down this way?
Actually, I have no idea, because I'm pretty sure that if they were smart, they would have kept me to the end and then beat me. So, I don't know.
Did you, is it almost, well, I don't know if this is a fair question to ask. Would you rather go now rather than make it to the final 2 and then suffer the disappointment there and sitting inside this dorm for another week or so?
Yesterday, I would have said I'd rather make it to the final 2, but today, I'm glad I'm going today.
You do. You seem really at peace with it, and I don't know if it's just because maybe the shock hasn't set in yet or reality hasn't set in. But I know when we said goodbye to Brian, he was very, very emotional. Restricted Rachel, and then obviously last week Joyride and Julie. You seem almost okay with this.
Yeah, you know, I came here to play the game, and the game ended up playing me, so I knew that this could happen, so.
Do you feel like you're in good standings with all of the students? I know that you kept, for some reason, getting the CR Wireless text vote. I'm not sure why. I don't know.
I think it's because he was the most honest with everything that he had to say in his blogs, and when he was on the air, he was really honest about what he felt, and he was talking about the gameplay.
I know that we call you Abstinence Adam. I mean, you're driven by your faith. You have tremendous plans, overseas missionary, the whole thing. You want to help people. Are you comfortable with the way you played last student standing?
Absolutely. I came here to play the game. I feel like I've played a pretty honest game considering. And, I'm proud of myself how far I came. So.
Let's talk strategy, too, for a second, because we were all under the impression, and I think you were, too, and it was one of your strategies going in, thinking, okay, well, if I can make myself out to be kind of a villain in a small way, and I hold that term very loosely, then you will be somebody that they'll want to take to the final two. Why do you think that changed up in their minds?
I have no idea, actually. I think that it may have had something to do with, like, the past two expulsions were Joyride and Julie and Go Big Brian. I think they realized that, it's possible that if they had brought me to the end that I may have gotten those two votes for sure. There's a chance I could have gotten the listener vote. You never know, so.
Now, knowing, you said you got a sense last night that you were probably going to be the one that was sent packing. Did you try to fight that at all? Did you say, hey, listen, guys, I'm the guy that you want to take to the finals here? Did you try to fight for your life last night?
I did a little bit. I had some time to talk to Taz while Alyssa and John were getting their massages. But, the way it ended up is I told Alyssa last week, or Alyssa and I had made an agreement last week not to vote each other off. And I had to, come through on that commitment. So.
What do you think is going to happen from here on out? Where are the alliances? Who wants to be paired up with who at the end? What do you think is going to happen next week?
I think they'll be crazy if they think that they have a chance at beating Jilted Jon in the final two. John's overcome so much coming in here as an alternate, and we had made an agreement the night before he came in that if an alternate was to be brought in, that they would be voted out first. And he's come so far since then. I'm really proud of the way he's played the game. And so if he makes it to the final two, I think that he will win.
You do, huh?
Yes.
Do you want him to win? Like, who is, of the three remaining, who would you like to see? Who will you write down when you come back to vote?
I think that the person I'd like to see win is all out Alyssa, just because, she's been through so much, she's come this far in the game, she played the game really strong, and she's a good person. So I'd like to see her win.
What's the first thing you can't wait to do once you get out of the storm in a few minutes?
Turn on the radio and try and hear some stuff, whatever's going on.
Sorry, you're going to have to listen to our show. And you're sick of trouble. Well, actually, you don't get sick of us. We haven't gotten sick of you.
Never. But then I'm going to read the blogs. I can't wait to read Chaotic Christina and Hair Frost and Austin's blogs as time in here as they can. So.
Any final thoughts? You've been very outspoken, brutally honest with us, and obviously you trusted us, and we trusted you in return. Final thoughts?
Well, you know what? This has really just been a really great experience for me. I've always wanted to be a part of a reality show. I've talked about trying out for Big Brother. I'm probably going to still try out for it next summer. But at the end of the day, I spent 26 days in here, and I got to swim in a fountain and take all the change. So.
I know, okay. We told him to hide behind that thing. And here he is.
I'll see you in 7 days.
I wrote you guys all notes. That's thanks. John?
Are you twisting your everlasting love?
Yeah. It's been real, guys. I can't wait to see you in a couple of days.
All right.
FLY92.3's Last Student Standing. Last student standing. Watch the drama unfold live on the Time Warner webcam at FLY92.com.